Okay, great. We'll start first, I think, because it's already time to start. As I mentioned, we are going through oral today. Okay, you can see my screen, right? I think I've shared screen already. Yeah. Okay. But before that, we'll just go through our questions, right, for your assessment and the vocabulary cloze as well as the open-ended comprehension. So after this, then we'll start with our oral stimulus-based conversation. Okay, in between, if you have time, I might just give you a break. But otherwise, I think we should be more exam-oriented now that your exam is just next week. Huh? Okay, first one. A man who lived a long time ago believed that he could read the future in the stars. He called himself an astrologer and spent his time at night gazing at the sky. Okay, so as usual, your vocabulary cloze, there are 5 questions. It's found in your section A of your paper 2. Think by now you should be very familiar with the exam format. So usually what they do is they'll give you a list of words that have very similar meanings to the one in the passage, but you have to find the word that best fits the context of the passage. Okay, so believe that he could read the future in the stars. So which word actually tells you, that can fit believe the best? Anybody? Someone typed in the chat, is it? B. Okay, yes. All right. So in this case, actually believed, of course, is definitely not doubted because it's the opposite meaning, right? But believed actually can be thought, viewed, and suspected. But then again, like I said, for your vocabulary cloze, you will need to choose the one that best fits the context. So the best word for this will be thought, right? Thought that. So answer is B. Okay. Now next one. Gazing. Okay. So gazing, a man who lived and spent his time at night gazing at the sky. So gazing can be basically gazing is a way of looking, of seeing something, right? Looking and seeing. So all these words that are provided in the options are actually all words that are related to watching or seeing. But gazing, it's a little bit different from glaring, okay? Because glaring is you're looking from like the corner of your eyes, right? A glare is somehow a little bit more towards like that suggests unfriendly, okay? Or maybe it's just staring fiercely at something, right? So there are two meanings actually to glaring. Number one is you are staring fiercely at something, like giving a glare, okay? Staring fiercely. Number two, actually glaring can be an adjective. It can mean something that's really strong light or dazzling light that's shining on you. So you can say that it gives off or reflects strong light. For example, the sun is so glaring, okay, gives off or reflects strong light. Yeah. Okay. So of course, because when we look at the sky, when we're gazing at the stars, we don't stare fiercely at the stars. So it doesn't really fit the context of the question. Okay. Now, gaping. Okay, gaping actually basically, as the word suggests, means usually it's of a hole, okay, that is wide open. Okay. So the best option would be staring. Okay, let me explain why is it not squinting. Squinting is when, for example, if there's a glaring sun that shines on you, okay, if there's a glaring sun that shines on you, then you might be squinting your eyes. So basically a squint is a reaction to strong light, okay, by closing, okay, one or both One or both eyes partly closed, right? In an attempt to see more clearly, or as a reaction to strong light. Now you can write it down or you can not write it down as well, because the annotated slides will be uploaded onto your student account. Okay, so you don't have to worry so much about it. Yeah. Okay, so answer C. Now next one. One evening, he was walking along the open road outside his village. His eyes were fixed on the stars. As he walked, he did not watch where he was going and ended up falling down a well and got stuck. Yeah, right. So when you were fixed on something, yes, Jeremy, you're right. The answer is focus. Okay, because you are just so fixed on it. But of course, fixed can also mean adjusted, right? When you're fixing something, you're adjusting something. Okay. It can also mean settled. I've fixed the problem. I've settled the problem. Right? Or you can also say stuck. I fixed the nail at the position, or I stuck the nail in at the position. But why is it focus? Because focus is the word that fits the context. When we see something, right? When you use your eyes, okay, so there are always contextual clues in the passage. When it's eyes, we don't say you adjusted your eyes. It's just not suitable, right? We don't say you stuck your eyes, although all has similar meanings to fixed, okay? So the best answer that fits the context would be focus. He was focusing. He was using his eyes to focus on something, right? That's that. Okay, next one. He cried aloud for help, and soon his fellow villagers came running. As they rescued him from the well, one of them said, "What use is it to read the stars when you can't see what's right here on the earth?" So let's do question 4 first. He cried aloud for help. He cried aloud for help. Yes, good. Okay, I think this one is quite clear because aloud is not the same meaning as around or clearly or feebly. Feebly comes from the root word feeble. Okay, so basically feeble is an adjective. Okay, feebly is an adverb. So an adverb will describe a little bit more about the verb, right? So feeble is an adjective. Feebly means it's really just very weak, right? In a way that lacks strength. Okay, in a way that lacks strength or force. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, basically that's that. So out of all these 4 options, audibly is the one that best fits the situation. Yeah, okay, so that's that. Next one, rescued, as they rescued him. Okay, of course, rescued cannot be refused, right? So it's out. Actually, salvaged and save both can be rescued. Both have similar meanings to rescue, but again, you have to choose the one that best fits the situation. So a lot of you, Itong and Jeremy, both say it's D. That's correct, because when you save a person or when you rescue a person, usually you say you save a person. You don't say salvaged. Well, salvage is something that, yes, you can salvage a person from a situation, but in this case, it's more of a spiritual kind of salvation. Okay. When we say like when a person is in a situation whereby he's stuck in a well and all, then it's best to use save. We don't say we salvage a dead body. Someone asks salvage a dead body. We usually say we resuscitate a dead body, or we resuscitate a person who is unconscious. Okay. We don't, salvation is something that is a little bit more spiritual. Okay, when you salvage someone's soul, sometimes salvation can also be a little bit more religious, depending on which religion it is. But we try to stay away from religion as a topic, because I think religion can be a little bit sensitive. Yeah. So usually in exams, they will not test you, they will not give you a piece of text that is really sensitive, because they have to be mindful of the differences, right? So it's usually something that is very general, something that is a topic that is quite general, maybe some science topics, or maybe something about, the planet or the earth or something. Okay. Yeah, the story is quite funny. Salvage his remains. Okay, when someone is dead, I don't think we will want to, I don't think we can salvage that person, right? His remains means like his dead body and all. We will say we will want to reclaim his remains instead of salvaging his remains. Okay. And now, of course, if it's someone, we don't say we salvage a dead body, because a dead body is dead. We don't really salvage, but we can say that we resuscitate an unconscious person. Okay. Now I'm going to move on quickly to open-ended compre. Today we have quite a bit to do. If I can give you a break in between, I'll just give you a 3 minutes break. Otherwise, I think we might not have time for games today. Okay. Let's stay focused, because we have an open-ended compre, and then after that, we want to quickly also move on to some oral tips for Charlotte, who just came in. Oh, I have someone in the waiting room. Wait, Charlotte and Wilma. Okay. So yeah, so I guess that's that. Okay. Wait, let me just take attendance for Charlotte first. Okay, sorry, let me just take your attendance, Charlotte. And who else just came in? Charlotte just came in, right? And one more person. Who is that? Let me see. Wilmer. Okay. Okay, great. I've taken your attendance. Well done. Okay, let us read this. Any volunteers? I think we need, any volunteers would like to read? Anyone? Someone? Okay, come, someone first paragraph. Then later someone will choose someone to read, okay?
As a backpacker in my early 20s, I worked in London for a while. During a break, I decided to take a quick solo trip to Europe. I had already stayed with a Spanish friend in the Canary Islands and had an Italian friend take me around Rome. Now, I was en route from Rome to visit my friend Maya in Malta.
Very good, thank you. Someone, can you choose someone else to read paragraph 2, please?
Joy.
Joy, okay. Joy? Joy, are you there? Yeah?
Oh, on the train ride to the ferry terminal in Sicily, from which I would take a ferry to Malta, I envisioned myself sailing into the day's sunset. Alas, when I alighted from the train, I realized that the ferry terminal was not where I had thought it would be. Instead, it was about 100 km away on the other side of Sicily.
Very good, well done. Okay, Joy, can you call someone else, please?
Ria?
Priya. Paragraph 3.
In broken Italian, I convinced a taxi driver to deliver me to the terminal. However, when I finally reached my destination, only custom officers were present. I had just missed the last ferry for the day.
Okay, Priya, call someone.